Alright, number 11. Be careful when you start this one. If you look at those two equations, notice the first one we have y, and then the equal sign, and then the 8x minus 2. So in order to get that lined up, we need to add 8x and move it to the other side. So it will become a positive, and I'm going to go ahead and move that. So positive 8x, and then the 2y is positive, so plus 2y equals negative 2. Okay, so make sure everything is lined up. And then we have on the second equation negative 4x plus y equals negative 9. Okay, x has opposite signs already, so all I need to do is multiply by 2 so that this 4 will be an 8. And then I'm going to multiply this one by 2, and we'll come up with two new equations and we'll solve it. So I'm just going to bring this first one right back down. 8x plus 2y equals negative 2, and then multiply by 2 will give us a negative 8x. Multiply by 2, positive 2y, and then multiply by 2 will give us a negative 18. So sometimes you have to multiply both equations, sometimes you can just multiply one. Alright, so the x gets eliminated, it goes to 0. We have a positive 4y equals negative 20. Divide by 4, and we get y equals negative 5. Alright, so we're going to take this negative 5 and plug it into one of our original equations, namely that one there. And so I'll have a negative 4x. This will be minus 5. You can say plus negative 5 or just minus 5 equals negative 9. If we add 5, adding 5, that will be negative, that goes away. So we will be left with negative 4x equals negative 4, and divide by negative 4, and we get x equals 1. So we got x is 1 and y is negative 5. So one solution, 1 and negative 5. Alright, number 12. Again, the first equation has 4y on one side, and then the x is on the other side, so we need to move it to the same side. So starting this one off, I'm going to change the sign and move the x over, so it'll be a negative 4x plus 4y equals 8. Alright, and then negative 3x plus 3y equals 6. Alright, so again, x's same sign, y same sign. It doesn't matter which one we choose to eliminate. So let's just do x, it'll be fine. Common denominator between these two, or least common multiple, would be 12. So I want to multiply by 3. Let's make it negative 3. And I want to multiply this one by 4 to make it a 12. One of them needs to be negative so that the signs are opposite. And I could have made the 4, it doesn't matter. Okay, just make one of them. Alright, multiply by negative 3, that gives me a positive 12x. Negative 3 will give me a negative 12y. Times negative 3 will give me a negative 24. Alright, times positive 4 will give me a negative 12x. Times positive 4 will give me a positive 12y. And times 4 will give me a positive 24. Opposite, so they go to 0, also goes to 0, and this is opposite, so that goes to 0. So we get that 0 equals 0, which is true, and that means infinitely many solutions.